Man, listen to that thing loping like it's got a cam in it. Old Faithful comes through again. Good gracious alive, boy. Look at that right there. Man! If you're interested in having tall fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, rye, any cool season turf on a really strong lawn care program, check me out, gciturfacademy.com. Go under lawn care guide, cool season guide. There it is. It's step by step. Tells you every single thing you need to know. This is the first time I've mowed since I aerated and overseeded. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mow my yard first. Reason is we're not forecast for any rain in the next week, and we've had about 3 or 4 days of dry weather. My irrigation's been off for 3 or 4 or 5 days, so I want to mow it, give it a good heavy watering. Boy, she's good and thick. There's that Kentucky blue. I get asked all the time, hey, can you cut that Kentucky bluegrass high? Well, you know, I cut my fescue 4 to 4.5 inches during the summer. I've got some Kentucky bluegrass mixed in with this, and there's your Kentucky blue, is healthy as an ox. Looks really good. Look at that dark green color. Holy cow. So the answer is yes, you can cut your Kentucky bluegrass the same height as your fescue. I'm excited today. Ain't nothing but mowing today. We're gonna hush up and quit with the talking, and we're gonna start mowing. Alright, holy cow. Stop the film. So you tell me, comment below and tell me what's your favorite cut of the year. Is it the first cut after aerating and seeding in the fall? Or is it your springtime cut, the first cut of the year? I have to tell you, I think I'm a fall guy. Man, I'm telling you, it ain't nothing like this brand new lush baby turf mixed in here, and you get that bright glow. Holy cow. Well, she cleaned up good. I double cut it just to give it that nice, tight, clean look. So where are we going next? You want to go back there or the neighbors? I think we'll go back there while the sun is right. And then by the time we get done with that, we can go over here to the neighbors because the sun will be right for them. Alright, sorry, let's stop the film again. There's something about footprints that you leave on that brand new cut turf. Same thing back here. I haven't mowed it. Well, actually, sorry. I have mowed this once since I aerated and seeded, but then I let it go for 2 more weeks because of my schedule, and now I'm back to mowing it. Oh man, it's nothing like those footprints. That's so cool. Nope, no roller this time. Ain't nothing but a really good solid mower and some really plush turf. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for this part all day long. I'll do a video on the mower by itself in a couple of weeks or so, but I'm about to die to use this thing. Well, this is when you say things are glowing like a new penny. Holy cow. The rye and the fescue plots are cut at 2.5 inches. The rest of the bluegrass I'm gonna cut at 1/2 inch. Well, that's pretty short, but I got to go back over here. Holy cow. That fescue right there, that's 2.5 inches fescue, and it is just, that's probably the hardest striping machine I've ever used anywhere, hands down. Well, I know one thing, I cannot wait to get you to the shop, my friend, and mow that ryegrass. But that might be a little bit because my Bermuda is still going pretty strong. Well, last one, and I'm gonna do it just like I did last time. You can see she's got leaves right here, so I'm gonna mow over it, discharge it, chop everything up, and then go back over it with a bagger and clean it up real good. But look at this, coming in really strong. Still got a little bit of a problem with folks not staying on the road, but oh well. Alright, so let's see right here if my trick worked again. Yep, look at that. Not hardly any clippings at all, because I ran over everything one time, kind of ground it up a little bit fine, and then went back over and collected it just to clean it up. And you can see it's not even 1/3 of a bagger full. There's that $1 million view right there. Yeah, you can't see the stripes, but see how the sun's kind of hitting it and making it glow a little bit. Oh man. I can sit here and look at it all day, but I can't. I gotta eat at some point. Well, I gotta say I'm tickled silly with this right here. A little bit of love your neighbor action going on, and look at that cool blue glowing. That's predominantly tall fescue. It's been tall fescue forever until I aerated and overseeded it this year with GCI Turf Cool Blue. So we introduced a little bit of Kentucky bluegrass. Cut it 4.5 inches. My yard right here is cut at 3.5 inches. And back here, 100% turf type tall fescue, 4.5 inches. And this right here is perennial ryegrass, 2.5 inches. And this right here is that single variety fescue, 2.5 inches. Nice and dark green. And here's the Kentucky bluegrass cut at 1/2 inch. And when I say 1/2 inch, I mean 1/2 inch. Look at that. I can just come out here all day and just walk around in the yard. Listen. I love it. So fall mowing height, okay? It's cooler. Temperatures are typically lower in the fall. It's not, you don't get any brutal heat or anything like that. And for the most part, for general conversation, your cool season turf, you're completely fine to cut it a little shorter than normal. And when I say a little shorter than normal, I'm going off of what I've been teaching you for the past 2 years, meaning turf type tall fescue, not short fescue, usually summertime 4.5 inches to shade the ground, and you know, all kind of good things come with cutting tall fescue tall during the summer. But you can cut it a little bit lower in the fall and be completely safe doing it. I've got my neighbors over there, it's fescue 4.5. Mine right here is 3.5. I got some fescue back there, it's 2.5, and then the fescue in the test plot's 4.5. So you know, it's 3 different heights of cuts in right here in the same area on the same turf type. Now obviously, if you live in a part of the country and you're in some kind of severe drought, even though it's cooler outside, turf still needs water, right? So if your turf is stressed out for whatever reason because of lack of water, obviously you don't want to go cutting it on down short, because you can stress it out even more. If you're somebody who has typically cut your turf tall in the fall, Don't think you have to go out there and cut it down to 2.5 inches or 3 inches or whatever just because Pete's saying it's okay to do it. I'm just saying, if it works out that way and you happen to cut it a little bit shorter in the fall, and you've heard me in the past say cut tall fescue tall all the time, don't freak out because it's okay. So it's been a pretty cool day of mowing. Neighbor's yard, my yard, test plot, the 16 patch back there with the different varieties, the single variety fescue. Used 2 different mowers. That Allet Uplift 86 is what they call it. Again, I'll do another video strictly on that mower for some of you like that kind of stuff. I'll show you that mower in detail. It is super cool. And my Old Faithful. I know I've always mowed with a Wright ZK out here for the longest time now. I'm actually taking that to the shop and going to give it to the guys for another mowing crew, I believe. And I'm going to go back to walk behind in my yard for the most of the year. But I am looking at getting a new Wright walk behind, and I'm gonna use it here on my yard, 52-inch cut, and we'll see how that goes. So hey, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. Like, subscribe, share, and tell all your buddies, and I'll check you later.